Good day, folks. Welcome back to another little chin wag. I actually feel like I'm speaking too loud and it's so weird. Let me explain why. It's not even 6:30 p.m. of a summer evening here in the UK, and I'm walking through a lovely little village here in the Dartmoor National Park. I've just come for a little walk basically. It's taken me about half an hour to get to where I am here, and I'm walking back home to where I'm staying. Where I'm staying for the next few nights. And look at this, okay? Now, when I was a nipper, when I was a kid, which is a long time ago, folks, now it's a long time ago since I've been a kid, I'm telling you that. But the point I'm trying to make here is, what's happened to outdoor activity? What has happened to folk, people, and children especially, being outdoors? So the whole point of this chinwag is, you know, I think technology is just keeping everybody indoors at specific times of the day, at least. So back in the day, I'm not as old as some people, I guess, obviously, but I grew up I was born in the 70s, I was raised in the 80s. Give me a shout if you're one of them children. So I grew up in the late 70s, early 80s. They were my childhood, you know, like the early 80s. And you could not stop us from being outside. Like, we were dying to be outside. We would do anything to get outside, to be with our friends, to be with our best friends, to play football of an evening or whatever, you know. It's crazy. So as I've just walked through here, I'm kid you not, folks, I kid you not, as I've left the village or the town, I haven't seen one other person. Except for right in the middle of town. But coming out then into the residential areas, like here now, well, not here now, this is coming really out, but just there was like an estate, and there will be kids within those homes, like lots of kids. There was a school right there, you know, and there's nobody out on the streets. There's nobody out. They're all indoors. Now, it's a beautiful night, as you can see. I'm in summer gear. It's clouded over, but today's been a beautiful day. It's humid today, so it's still warm now. It's not cold, it's very warm. And there's nobody outside. And I find this a little bit worrying. I genuinely find this a little bit concerning, you know. We are being controlled massively by electronic gadgets, TV. That was the beginning, I guess, radio, TV. But now with the internet and children having everything at their fingertips and everything indoor, they can connect with their friends indoor. They can play games indoor. They can play virtual games indoor. I just think it's not good for the future. That's all I can say. You know, as children, like I say, this time of night, we would be itching to get out, folks. As a child, I would actually be hiding my food under my plate so I could get out early. I actually remember, like, hiding food, trying to hide food on my, you know, from my plate so that I could get out early to go back and play football with my friends. My mum would be like, "You're not going out until you finish your food." So I try and hide it. I try and like cover it up somehow. It's like, it sounds crazy now, like, but as a child, that's what I would try and do, just so I could get outside to be with my friends, you know. I also remember a lot of my friends were a bit older than me, you know, 2 or 3 years at the time, but at the time that felt like a lot of gap. Do you know what I mean? And I used to get called in by my mum and dad to go in of a summer's night. And because it's light in the UK here until quite late, I remember being in my bedroom looking out of my curtain, like looking through my curtains and seeing my friends still playing outside because they were a bit older and they were allowed to stay out later and I wasn't allowed, and I used to hate it because I was dying to be outside, man. What's wrong with children these days? You know, they don't want to be outside. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's what we've been born into. It's the way we've been conditioned. Another example, coming back from school, I remember being 7 or 8 years old, and where I used to live, there must have been an old like dumping ground there at some point, and us as children, we used to dig at the ground and we used to find old like glass bottles, like really interesting old glass bottles, and just pottery in general. You know, it must have been like a dumping ground for like, I don't know, like glass and stuff. It's weird, I can't explain it. But so I remember getting off the school bus, running home, getting out of my school uniform, shoving some old shitty clothes on and going out there and digging with my hands, looking for old broken glass bottles and stuff. My mum and dad used to encourage it, do you know what I mean? No worries, like, imagine that now. A lot of places I go around, especially in the UK and the Western world, many people are just staying indoors now when they get home from work and from school, and it's like, that's it, do you know what I mean? They've been out, they've been to school, they've been to work, they get home, they just sit in front of the TV or their laptop or their tablet, and that's it. I deserve to be doing this because I've worked all day. Man, folks, get out there, enjoy all of this, do you know what I mean? These beautiful horses right here, cows in the distance, beautiful sunset here. You ain't gonna see that from your city, folks. You ain't gonna see that from your couch, you know. But I'm flabbergasted, peeps. I'm a little bit concerned about how much time people are spending indoors now when they just kind of have nothing else to do. Instead of thinking they're going to go out for a hike or, you know, just be out in nature and stimulate the mind that way, they instantly go to technology. And that's worrying, because what will these people do when the power goes down or electricity is taken away, internet goes down? It's just a little bit concerning, folks. And I might do a separate video on this, but I've predicted this for a long time about us getting totally reliant on technology, and because everything's going electrical, everything is going electrical. From back in the day, from when I was a kid, think about it, everything was, you know, it's gone from like battery powered, where we used to be able to buy, you know, get batteries, which some things are, but look now, look at cameras, look at things that used to be battery powered, what are they now? Electricity. Moving forward quite a lot, what's getting electrically powered now? Cars. You know, something we really need, something we rely on. So what are we going to do when the power goes down? What are we going to do when the power goes down, if the power goes down, should I say? But I'm going to predict the power's going to go down at some point, and we are going to be all reliant on power. Anyway, that's a different subject. Alright folks, well, I don't know. Your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Do you notice this? Do you notice people aren't out and about as much as they used to be? Maybe I'm just in the wrong areas, I don't know, but I'm just, all the little villages that I've kind of grown up around, and the ones that I'm kind of going around here while I'm down here, they're all the same. They're all dead. There's like no soul, there's no people around, there's no people out and about communicating and all that kind of thing, you know. Anyways folks, until the next one, take care of yourselves, have a little bit of fun, get out there and do some stuff.